Honeymoon Island and Caladesi Island are two gems in the Florida State Park system. Tampa Bay's two northernmost barrier islands are completely pristine and undeveloped and a world away from the hustle and bustle of nearby Clearwater Beach and St. Pete Beach. Of Florida State Park's 175 parks, these two are pretty special. Not only are they unspoiled and wildly natural, they're incredibly maintained and accessible to the public. It is located just off of Dunedin on the Gulf Coast. They are a great option if you're in the Tampa Bay area, but trying to avoid the aforementioned crowded Clearwater Beach and St. Pete Beach. With no resorts in sight, visiting these beaches can feel a little more like camping, but that's a part of the charm. I spent a full day exploring Caladesi Island, and to get there you have to go through Honeymoon Island, so I'm going to give you a little more details below of how to get there and the cost of getting to each area. From the town of Dunedin, you'll drive across the Dunedin Causeway over to Honeymoon Island State Park. The causeway is lined with a few beaches where people prefer to set up camp out for the day, right out of the back of their truck and launch a kayak. You can also rent kayaks and paddle boards from Sail Honeymoon right on the causeway. The park gates open at 8 a.m. and the park closes at sundown, which could vary between 5:30 and 9 p.m. It is $8 per vehicle with 2 to 8 people, or $4 car with only one person, and $2 pedestrian or bicyclist. Show up 1 hour before sunset, and it's only $4 a vehicle. There are so many outdoor activities to do at Honeymoon Island State Park. You can hang out and relax on the beach. There's restaurants, there's kayaking, many other activities to do. But if you want some more quiet time, some more private time, and you want to relax on a quiet little island, Caladesi Island is where to go. Caladesi Island State Park is a separate park from Honeymoon Island State Park, but it's only accessible by private boat or from Honeymoon Island. Once you arrive on Honeymoon Island, there's a parking area where you're going to catch the ferry. The ferry starts at 10 a.m. and runs every 30 minutes, every hour during the winter. It's $16 per adult, $8 per children 6 to 12, and under 5 are free. You don't need reservations, but just show up 10 to 15 minutes early to make sure you get a seat on the next ferry. Your ticket is marked with a return time of about 4 hours, and you're guaranteed a spot back on that ferry. However, if you need to come earlier, you can. It was about a 15-minute ride from Honeymoon Island to Caladesi Island, and the captain gave us a lot of history and a nice little tour, and on the way, we even saw a dolphin. Where the ferry docks, it's a quick walk to the beach, and there is a cafe, a store, as well as restrooms and showers. At the bottom of the beach entrance, they have chairs and umbrellas already set up for you. You can just plop down. We got 2 chairs and umbrella for $29. It was well worth it. You can also bring your own chairs and umbrellas on the ferry with you. Whichever you do, if you're going to be out for a long time, you need some shade because the sun is pretty intense. They only take card and the cafe takes cash. Shelling on Caladesi Island, you can expect to find the same kind of shells on Caladesi Island as on Honeymoon Island. Multiple people mentioned that the shelling was best on the north end of the beach. The very north end of the island is about 1.5 miles from where the chairs are set up, but you don't need to go all the way down to the end to find shells. There are many off of the shore. Kayaking on Caladesi Island, if you have your own kayak, it's not very far to paddle to the north end of Caladesi Island. Just make sure you're watching out for motorboat traffic. We absolutely loved Caladesi Island. I would imagine that most people don't make it to Caladesi because you either have to boat or pay for the ferry. And that's part of what makes it so great. There's not many people. I really like that you could just sit down in a chair once you get there, so you don't have to carry chairs and an umbrella with you. The facilities are really nice in the state park, and we packed a cooler and a few things, and it actually seemed like we could have just gotten away with just showing up with a towel and swimsuits. They had everything we needed on the beach there. Would I go back? Heck yes, I would. It was such a beautiful, relaxing experience. My kids all loved going out there and looking for shells and relaxing on the beach. It was just a beautiful day. Perfect setup.